And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood. And this is one of my favorite people. I love to have Mary Lou on with us because she knows what's going on in the canning world. Bradley County has one of 2 licensed canneries in the state. And I think that's right. She'll correct me. She'll get with me here in just a minute. But Mary Lou's out there 6 days a week.
5 days a week.
5 days a week.
Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday. And she just take it, Mary Lou, and tell them about it. First of all, I love your shirt. Tell them what your shirt says.
Oh, my shirt says, I eat local because I can.
Yes, very good.
I got a lot of these shirts, but and I love wearing them because they're so funny.
Yes, they are.
But anyway, and I understand now, I'm not sure about this, but I understand that the other cannery cans in tin cans, not ball jars, mason jars.
Oh, yeah, we do ball mason jars.
Yeah. And it was my understanding that the other one cans in tin cans. You can take your food there and have it canned, but they can it in tin cans.
Wow.
Now, I may be wrong, but that's what information I've had from it.
Okay.
But would I love to see every county in Tennessee have a cannery.
Absolutely.
I am trying to promote it. I've written, I've texted, I've emailed to different places and had people wanting to talk to me about canning. I said, please just put them a cannery in the cannon. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't cost that much. All they pay for is a building and electricity and water. And if they're like us, we get donations. We can, on our own time, food and put it out there for people to buy. Mm-hmm. And it's a little bit pricey, I guess, but I don't think it's that pricey. But it does go to help the cannery. And this year we're having a fundraiser with the Riva knives, and those are really good knives.
Yes, they are.
We've got full sets down there. We've got a lot. We've invested our own money into the knives to sell them to make the fundraiser off of. So any profit off those knives goes directly back into the cannery. And we're trying other ways, too, to make a little bit of money because we buy all the supplies. We have to buy all of our own carts. We buy all of our own equipment. But we put into it, and the county has just been great to help us. I mean, the people in the county have been. Because this year we've made a lot of improvements. We've got our parking lot paved. We've got loading and unloading zone out now. And we've put a lot of new stuff into the building. We've got new supplies. We've got new equipment. And we're really working on it to get extra things done to that building so that it's going to be a lot better than it is now. But to the canning part, what I want to tell people is don't try canning at home unless you're doing a small amount. It doesn't cost a penny to come to the cannery.
Right.
The cannery is paid for by the county. It's your tax money.
That's right.
This is your tax money.
So benefit from it.
Yeah, come on up there. You call and make an appointment. I tell you what you need to bring. I tell you what you're going to be doing. I'm telling you how long you're going to be there approximately. And just bring it on in. And everybody that comes, I tell them right off the bat, this is addictive.
Yes, it is.
You come in and you see somebody making vegetable soup, you see somebody making salsa, you see somebody doing dried beans, green beans, beets, potatoes, whatever, and you say, I want to do that too.
Yes, I have a friend and you know well who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
She'd never canned anything. She went one time with something, I don't even know what it was, and now she's out there just about every day.
And if she's not there, she's calling.
That's right. That's exactly right.
What can I do? How can I do this? But everybody's doing it. I mean, and this year we have had so many new people, and it's younger people.
Fantastic. Oh, that's fantastic.
It's younger people. Now, a lot of the older people that I've been working with for last 9 years have kind of quit. But I have got a flock of 20 and 30-year-olds that's
super.
Coming in. It is super, and they are so excited. And they do everything. I mean, if it can be canned, they can it. And I mean, They have just done a great job this year. They just pile in there, but they're really good. They call for their appointments. They do things exactly right. They clean up after themselves. And it's just going great. We're having a great year this year.
And let me just tell everyone, if you've not been out there to can anything yet, don't wear your blue jeans and your sweatshirt
and your flip-flops.
And your flip-flops. It's not air conditioned. Because you can't air condition it because of what you're doing. And so, therefore, it gets warm in there.
It gets
about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it is really warm in there.
But Nancy, what's good about this is we don't charge for the facial. We don't charge for the spa treatment. We don't charge for the exercise. That's all benefits you get just for being there.
There you go. Absolutely. And it's wonderful.
It is.
I will say this because Mary Lou knows well that my husband was the canner in our family. And occasionally I would do some pickles, a few, but not a whole lot. But anyway, after he passed away, I just gathered all my jars up and I asked if you needed them. And so I just took boxes after boxes after boxes of jars.
Yeah.
Even some of them were my mother-in-law's.
Yeah.
And took them out there so that if anybody comes in, because it's like you told me, sometimes they bring a bushel of tomatoes and 6 jars and think that bushel's going to fit in 6 jars.
Yes, and I'll have to say, most people are really good about returning jars. But if it's just 1 or 2 jars or 5 or 6 lids or something like that, they don't really think about it. So we give away jars and lids and bands and sugar and salt and stuff like that on a daily basis.
Oh my goodness.
Spices, because people don't realize. I might tell them, bring 4 pounds of sugar. And they think, ooh, that's a lot of sugar. Then they end up needing 6 pounds of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So, we give them sugar, we give them salt, we give them spices, and this type of stuff. That's what we use our donations for, is to replenish all that stuff we give away. But we do appreciate jars. I mean, we really appreciate jars. Bands, lids, anything like that can be donated. Bring it to us. And our jars, we started out with so many jars, we didn't know where we was going to put them. And now we're digging in our own homes, hunting jars out of the basement and the garages, bringing them on in. Now.
Well, now you're making me feel guilty because I told you it was going to wait till cold weather till I got up in the garage
No,
to see if there's
it's
anything
okay.
else.
We can use them. We can use them anytime.
All right. I think there may be a few more in the garage, but I'm not sure. So I'll dig them out and get them to you.
Yeah. So anything like that can do. And this year, gardens. This is one of the. Even though it's rained, we have had some of the best green beans. I deal mostly with this one farmer on 411 Highway, because he gives us all his leftovers.
Oh.
If he sells on Tuesday and he doesn't sell everything out, he doesn't bring it back on Thursday. He brings to the cannery, and that's what we can to make our profit with.
And he brings them to you. You don't have to go,
us.
wow.
And
how
he
nice.
has had the best green beans this year, and the best tomatoes, and the best everything, cauliflower, anything that you can think about, he's had it, and we've got the benefit from it. But the farms this year are really coming on good, even though it's had all this rain.
I wondered about that.
It worried me. But he had cabbage. We made 70-something jars of kraut last week.
Oh my goodness.
Off of the cabbage that he had raised.
Wow.
This year. So we've got that. It's just coming in. It's really great. And if you want to buy produce, please go to the farmer's market. Don't take off to Dayton or to McMinn Care, someplace to get it. If you can, come by the farmer's market and check them out first.
Right. And we have 2 farmers markets that go, and then we have a third one that's down at the woolen mill.
At the woolen mill.
Yeah.
And these farmers need you to come buy from them. This costs a lot. Green bean seeds this year, for example, $25 a pound for some of those green bean seeds that they planted.
Wow.
Now that you're talking about, and people wonder why they raised the price of the green beans a little bit, because they raised the price of the seeds. They raised the price of the gas that they use. And I can understand all that. To me, it just makes good sense. But
right.
If you can buy locally and eat locally,
Yes.
and you can locally.
See, and that's I preach that buy local all the time. Everybody gets tired of hearing me say buy local, but I'm very sincere with it. But they need to call and make an appointment. Now, you're open Tuesday through Saturday?
Tuesday through Saturday. I get there at 5:30, but I don't make my first appointment till 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And we try to get out by 1:30. It gets so hot in the afternoon. So I set my last appointment around 10:30 or 11 o'clock. And people want to know why I don't take them after that, because it's going to take that long to get those out of the canners and get them home and us to clean up.
Right.
We got to clean up for the next day.
Yeah, the other day when I stopped by the cannery to see if Mary would come on with me, she was on the floor with a whole 2 or 3 bushels of green beans. And it was hot in there. Oh, Lord, it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you were still there cleaning up.
When he brings us those, we go through them to make sure there's no mold or mildew or bad beans or anything like that in them before we start using them the next day. Or we take them home with us and break them and string them. We go through them. We do all that kind of stuff in the afternoons too. So
And see, that's another thing people don't seem to understand, that when you bring a bushel of tomatoes in, you can't just take that bushel of tomatoes as they are and can them. There's other things you have to do to them.
And when you make your appointment, I'm going to ask you if you need a preparation appointment. That means to peel your tomatoes, to peel your peaches, to shuck your corn. And if you do, I give you 2 appointments. I give you an appointment to preparation, and I give you an appointment to can. And if you think you are not going to be able to do it at that length of time, either bring somebody with you to help you or tell me, I don't think I can do it in an hour. I'm going to need a little bit more time. And I would love to give you more time. Just, I have to know first.
Right.
And in that way, it makes my day run real smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was an office manager for 14 years, I kind of
Yes.
know how to set appointments, and it makes it work better.
It really does. Now, canning corn, do you cut it off of the cob?
We
What-
don't actually can corn. That's one
Okay.
thing we don't can.
Okay.
But what we let you do, we break it down in the shucks. You go ahead and put it in a steamer. And when you
Okay.
pull those shucks off, it takes silk, shucks, and all off.
Wow.
It's really good. Then you can cut it off and put it in freezer bags.
Okay.
And we can re-steam it or not, but it cuts off real easy once it's been steamed. And we got big containers and good knives, and all you do is stand there and cut it off and put it in your freezer bag, zip them up, and take them home with you.
Okay, so they can come do that even though they're not actually putting it in a jar.
Jar. Yes.
Wow,
yes.
I did not know
and
that.
it's so much easier. And
Oh,
you
gosh,
don't have
yes.
that mess to clean up at home.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
yes.
we're mess friendly. we have a farmer that comes by and gets all of our food scraps, corn shucks and everything, and feeds them to his pigs or cows.
Wow.
So
okay.
we waste nothing.
So we recycle.
We recycle everything.
That is awesome.
Yes.
And now, tell everybody where you are, because there's a lot of people that have
Okay.
no idea. First of all, they have no idea we have you.
Yep.
And then no idea where you are.
Another thing, we don't have, I don't think, a physical address. We're not listed. We're not on a mail route or anything because we don't do things.
Okay.
But if you know where Cherokee Pharmacy or the Bradley County Nursing Home is on Peerless Road, in between those two things is a farmer's market, a 4-H club barn where they show cattle and stuff, and behind that is a little block building back there that says Bradley County Nursery on the outside of it. That's me.
That is Mary Lou. And we had Andy Lockhart on with us the last show, and his office is there. So when you turn in, you go to the right and go down behind the show barn, and there she is. Now, don't go to the very right and go to Andy's office.
Yeah.
Because that's not where it is. But go behind the show barn. And any of you that take your recycles, your newspapers and your cardboards and everything, it's right back there too.
Right there with, and one of the signs on it is going to say exit only. That is for the recycling trucks. You can go in that if the other one is locked or you can't get in there or the farmers market's there. Come in the one that says exit only.
Okay, I did not know that because I always follow the signs and I come around. But
You can go into the exit only because when the farmers market's there, it's so full that you can't hardly get through there. So just come up to the other one, the one right in front of the front of the road, and just come on down that way too.
now let's give a plug to the farmers markets. The one on Peerless there in front of you, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And the one out on Urbane,
I think,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
and I think they're open on Sunday also. Some.
Oh, okay.
I believe they are.
Okay. So we have
Yeah.
plenty, and it's early in the morning.
So
Now, if people want to go get good fruits and vegetables,
Either
they
place.
need to get there early.
And the one on the Woolen Mill end
Yes.
is open in the afternoon.
3 to 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to one. If you don't find what you want, you have time to go to the other one.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So I always love having Mary Lou on with me because I'm just so thrilled that Bradley County has a cannery.
I am thrilled.
I
Bradley
just,
has a
I just
cannery.
think, and we're the only cannery in the state that does glass bottle canning, evidently.
Yeah.
So how do they get a hold of you?
They called the Cannery. I think it's 472-7831, I believe is the number. If not, drive down there and look on the outside of the building and get it. I'm sorry I didn't
That's
write
okay.
it down.
That's
and
okay.
I never called that place, so I don't
No.
know. And I love it so much. I mean, you people don't know. I love that place.
Yes, you do. She's
And,
totally dedicated, folks. Totally.
Yeah, but anytime you call me, just don't feel free to ask me questions. If you're canning at home or anything, or if you have a question about it, just call me. Matter of fact, I'm writing a book right now on how to.
Oh,
it's a
neat.
how-to book. It's not a recipe book entirely. It's a how-to book at the cannery for large amounts.
Okay.
People have large amounts and don't know how. This is a book that goes even down from washing your stuff. I say wash it, clean it up, bring it in, cut it, whatever. From the very
That's fantastic.
basic of steps that you can get to the time you walk back out of the door.
I can't wait to have you on as an author.
Yep.
That'll be
Oh,
wonderful.
as an author.
As an author.
This
Mary Lou,
is-
the author of How
Yeah,
To.
and the next year we're going to put a recipe book out for large amounts.
Okay.
Like 20-pound of potatoes or 50-pound potatoes or
Gosh.
4 bushel of green beans.
Wow.
We're going to put recipes in there for that kind of canning.
And I think I've told you this before, but Flavis and Dottie used to put up green beans, and I think I've still got maybe 10 jars of green beans. What's the shelf life on something like that?
The books that I read so much say 1 to 2 years. We got some green beans, blackberries, peaches, stuff from a customer that had been in. You'd know his name if I told you, but I won't. But anyway, he had all this canning stuff out in his little garage. The family died out, and it's still out there. We got some cans out, the jars out there that were 15 years old. Nancy, we opened those jars. They smelled good. They tasted good. They looked good after 15 years of being sitting in those jars.
Fantastic.
But I tell people, please don't keep them more than 3. I wouldn't want to be responsible.
Okay, I guess I need to start eating green beans.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 years is what I'm going to call a limit, because if somebody were to get sick and I knew about it, I would feel really bad about it. But
that is very
I've
true.
never had a person to say they opened a jar of green beans and got sick on them.
I just think it's awesome, and I think the cannery is awesome. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. I'm so thrilled to hear that young people are doing it now.
Yes.
Because people my age have been doing it for years.
Yeah.
So, Mary Lou, thank you so much
You're
for
so
being
welcome.
on with me.
Thank you for
and
bringing
again,
me.
I'll have you on again next year so we can remind people that you're
Yes.
out there.
Yes.
And
Going
you
strong.
need to call her, and I will have Andy's phone number sometime in here so you can call him if you can't get her phone number, and Caitlin will give you the phone
Yeah.
number for down there. So,
Yeah.
so that's great. So, Mary Lou, thank you so
You're
much
so
for
welcome.
being on.
You're so welcome.
Folks, don't go away. Watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills, and I'll be right back with some upcoming events that you need to know about. So I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.